Greetings, it's me, Firebee, and welcome back to Pokemon Platinum Enhanced. This is yet another bonus video. We're slowly getting through the some of the stuff that we can do before the Elite Four and before getting into Victory Road. Just kind of cleaning some of that stuff up. Last time, we finally took out quite a bit of effort to catch an Azolf. And now, we're going to do a coin flip on whether to do Uxie or Mesprit next. So we'll do Magikarp as Uxie, and the other side, which I think is a Pokeball, as Mesprit. Coin flip! Looks like Uxie it is then. Sure. Right, I know it has to be up here, since it can't be here, because I know that Mesprit's there, and I was just over here. So we'll fly up to Snow Point. And I am stocked up on things to catch it with, but I didn't actually stock up on... I should have considered this. I'm actually going to buy a couple more revives, and by a couple I mean like 11. Because they came in quite handy. Because the strategy I ended up using on Azolf is that Rotisserie takes nothing from any of its moves, except for one, and that's Future Sight, which I found out does do typeless damage, because Nopal did indeed faint to it, a few times in fact, unfortunately. So it just ended up being, have Rotisserie there until the turn Future Sight's going to be used, and then switch something in to take a +6 Future Sight hit, and then revive it later. Probably not the wisest of strategies, but it worked. Hopefully I won't have to resort to such coming up. Oh hey, there's a can I climb up to the top of this from here? Looks like it. That's good. Alright. If I recall, there's probably Pokemon for getting good EVs up here, but I don't really care about that right now. So we'll repel some Pokemon. Hopefully long enough for us to get to the island. Not quite. Not quite. But there's a Shellder. So there's that. If you are really looking for a Shellder to make your day, there is one right there. I, however, am not. I am looking for an Uxie. As with last time, we are going to save here. Saving, yet again, a lot of stuff. Time for a big copy, because, you know, anytime you actually catch a Pokemon or do anything halfway resembling progress, it's suddenly a lot of stuff and takes the game forever and a day to actually save. Because, you know, 4th gen was actually the fastest of all of them. Clearly. Anyway, let's do this. Looks like they have the same battle themes. Alright, Uxie, if I recall, is a lot more defensive than Azolf is. You know what? Just for the hell of it, let's toss a quick ball right off the bat. Nah, I didn't think so. But I still have 4 more turns. Alright, like Azelf, it has Swift. That's a crit, so that's not going to do much. We'll go for a Dragon Rush here. It has the ability to make us sleep. That could be annoying. But I have plenty of remedies for such. And also, switching, it's a thing. So I'm not too worried. Oh, but it also has Future Sight. However, at this point, Future Sight's not really a huge threat. We'll go for Shockwave. Since it's not boosted, you know, it doesn't have a whole bunch of nasty plots under its belt. It just has ordinary plots. Nice. Alright, here's the Future Sight. I think that's about as close as I'm ever gonna get it. About as close. However, at this point, I think the window for Quick Balls is closed. So we will just switch directly to the Dusk Balls. I have 40 of those. And if those don't work, by that point, we will definitely be at the max catch rate for the Timer Balls, which will be kind of the last resort sort of thing. Now it's just kind of toss balls and hope one sticks. I wonder why somebody doesn't try doing that. Just put some sort of, I don't want to say tape, but some sort of sticky substance in the, along the inside edges, I guess, of the Pokeballs, so that there's a little bit more resistance to it, popping back open. Sure, that wouldn't be a, you know, an official thing, and I'm sure that would probably void a warranty to do, and may not be considered quite on the legit side, but I could see people doing it. Just, you know, not quite glue, just to have that give a little bit more resistance to just getting popped out of every time. Of course, you'd have to do something about that, or else there'd be difficulty opening it again. But I'm sure there's people that would consider that perfectly worth the effort. Oh no, we're gonna get put to sleep. Whatever will we do? It's not like we're gonna be attacking. What, with your actual 1 HP left? That would be silly. Oh. Well, that could be irritating, but I've already done the damage to you, so not really worried. This is just gonna depend on how many more turns it takes, really. I suppose I could technically save state each turn, but I think the turn, what happens on what turn is not actually determined on that particular turn, if I recall. But it's like determined at the beginning of the encounter or something. I'm not quite sure. Like the RNG is determined at the beginning of the encounter as opposed to being on a per turn basis like it was in earlier gens. That's not really the part of the mechanics that I really dig deeply into. But I recall reading that somewhere, where somebody was attempting to see essentially how it would be possible to succeed if you always got the worst possible luck in every situation. So, you know, all your attacks do the least possible, you know, damage, and if they're not 100% chance of hitting, then there's 0% chance of hitting, because that would be the worst possible luck. You know? You are teasing me while I'm talking. How dare you? Yeah, so say goodbye to anything that isn't guaranteed to hit, essentially. Or 100% accuracy. Pokeballs, they're pretty much never going to catch. I think they had a clause about that, essentially forcing a catch and then tossing a certain amount out to determine that. And then all the opponent's Pokemon, those are all gonna do, the max damage and also get a crit every time, because that would be the worst possible luck. Also, they were doing this as a Nuzlocke because, needed more difficulty on this. They make for interesting reads into some of the mechanics of the game. They were being done as screenshot runs, because I really don't think it's something that could be done in real time necessarily. There's a lot of, kind of fiddling around in the back of actually forcing the game to do, okay, I know that you need to do, the maximum amount that you could do would be this, so you need to do that much, and such. It really must have been a lot of effort, but I suppose it's worth it for their challenge. This Uxie. No, I'm already asleep. I don't care about that. I will let my toaster oven nap. It's not like it's needing to be cooking anything right now. Although if this takes too much longer, I will be cooking a psychic whatever the heck you are in it. Alright, at this point I'm just going to cut to the point where I actually catch it, and then say how much effort it took. How many extra Pokeballs it took. So, unless it catches on this one, I will see you in a moment. For y'all at least, it'll probably be like 20 minutes for me, considering. There we go. That's 2 for the timer balls so far. And oddly enough, that was actually the first timer ball I threw. Completely wiped me out of 40 dusk balls. Thankfully, they're fairly cheap, at 1,000 each. That's not really too bad. And then the first timer ball I toss after that, just catch. Okay, guy. Sure. Anyways, we caught Uxie, the knowledge Pokemon. They're pretty small and pretty light. When Uxie flew, people gained the ability to solve problems. It was the birth of knowledge. I don't have a nickname for this one either, but if you can think of one, feel free to suggest it down in the comments below. That'd be pretty neat. But for the time being, it'll sit in the pantry. Alright. Well now, that leaves one left. There's only one of these Pokemon left, and it's the one that roams around, unfortunately. So that's a thing. But I'm not gonna go about that one this time. I think I'll just have this as a shorter video. Might actually be really short, but that's fine. I'm okay with that. And next time, we will go on the hunt for Mesprit. Because we all know Mesprit's going to start running around the region. That's just how it works. So we'll have to track it down somehow. So keep an eye out for that coming soon. And until next time, farewell.